So, did you guys know that there's a difference between a traffic circle and roundabout? Yep, there is. But before we get into that, let me ask you this one thing first. When you hear the word Pinelands, yes, Pinelands in Cape Town, and then again you hear Valco. Well, yeah, these are towns in South Africa, but what do you think when you hear about them? Personally, I think traffic circles. So basically, these two cities were built in different decades, like way different. Pinelands was in the 1900s. Well, they're all in the 1900s. I think 1919, and then Valcom was 1950 something, right? And they were all designed under the term garden cities. So what are garden cities, and why am I talking about traffic? Whatever. And how does this fit into town planning? Check this out. So Pinelands, the layout of Pinelands was designed under the revolutionary, so they say, of garden cities. So this garden city thing was basically discovered by or designed by Ebenezer Howard, who his main aim was to try and capture the primary benefits of the countryside environment and the city environment while avoiding the disadvantages of both. So he was basically trying to build a city within a garden that basically just trying to be environmentally safe. And a couple of years later, they decided to, after the discovery of gold, Ernest Oppenheimer, yeah, I know. So basically what they did is that they, basically Valcom is one of the few cities worldwide that has been completely pre-planned. So it was proper planned. So the whole point of this was to also build a city within a garden with a number of paths designed. So basically these were designed gardens to lend Valcom an extraordinary number of shady trees and pretty surroundings, making it a more welcoming place. And of course, when you are trying to be green, you need to remember that you also try to avoid traffic. So this was when the cars were already built and they were trying to make sure that there isn't a lot of traffic there. According to an American study by the Department of Transportation in Pennsylvania, modern roundabouts reduce fatal crashes by 90%, injury crashes by 75%, pedestrian crashes by 40%, and of course, bicycle crashes by 10%. Traffic circles are safer and more efficient than traffic lights or four-way stops, as long as they're correctly built and used. The original roundabout was basically made by a French architect, and then the Americans didn't use it. But then they saw years later that actually it does work. So an American architect decided to do a roundabout, and that one actually worked better. So it was basically the better of the French architects, and that is how we got into what we call today roundabouts.
So, all of that I just said,
traffic circles.
It's basic spatial planning. This is a term in town planning we use when you actually are involved in the actual design of a town. So when you're designing the town, what fits where and how, we get the road engineers as well as the traffic engineers involved. But before they are involved, yes, urban planners are the first go-to step. I mean, obviously developers, but they just come in.